All right, thank you. Would any board members like to make changes to the agenda? Okay, seeing none, we will go ahead and do our recognitions and reports. And just to let you know that those being recognized tonight, we invite you to stay to the end for a group photo at the end of all of this. So thank you so much. And we have some special guests tonight.
Yeah, we have a lot of them. So good evening,
Fantastic.
everybody. It's great to be in community with all of you tonight. This evening, we are honored to celebrate distinction in the areas of theater and sporting marksmanship. Leading the celebration is our Executive Director of Communications, John Cope. Welcome, John.
Good evening, President Draper, Superintendent Kingsley, and Board Directors. We welcome everyone in our audience, including those watching online. I'm excited tonight to introduce our first recognition, Mackenzie Larson, for her multiple awards for competing in various air rifle competitions locally, nationally, and internationally. I'd like to invite Mark Buffington to the podium.
All right, good evening. My name is Mark Buffington. I'm an assistant principal at Wellington Middle High School. I'd like to thank the board and Superintendent Kingsley for the opportunity to recognize Mackenzie Larson tonight. It's a privilege to recognize Mackenzie. She's a junior at Wellington Middle High School. She's ranked first in the nation in air rifle shooting for juniors, which is ages 22 and under, and fourth overall. She's been competing for over 5 years and has represented the United States in a half dozen competitions around the world. Earlier this year, as a member of the USA Nationals team, Mackenzie competed against over 700 juniors representing 51 different countries in Munich, Germany, and won gold in the 10-meter final. She set a national junior record with a score of 631.4. In addition to Mackenzie's work ethic on the range, she maintains a 3.3 GPA in the classroom and is on track to graduate next spring.
I just wanted to give a thank you to my parents and my coaches for making all of this possible, and it's really a great learning experience.
And I just want to present Mackenzie a certificate before you go. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome job.
Thank you.
Next, we'd like to congratulate multiple award-winning theater individuals and groups. I'd like to invite Melissa Flail to the podium.
Good evening. The recognitions for theater tonight will be in two parts. The first part is going to be our qualifiers for the International Thespian Festival. So if they and their teachers would come and stand up here. Go ahead, everyone. So toward the end of each fall semester, the Colorado Thespians hosts Colorado ThesCon, or Thespian Conference. And students, individuals, pairs, small teams, prepare either performance pieces or technical works for adjudication. And so these students who are here, and I'll be reading their names shortly, have received a superior rating, which qualifies them to compete at the International Thespian Festival in the summer in Indiana. So we have students attend that and compete, not necessarily always everyone who qualifies because of schedules and things like that, but I just want to recognize their amazing achievement. So we have Joel Smith from Poudre High School. He's our theater director there. And the students from Poudre High School who qualified for International Thespian Festival include Carter Larson and Alex Belda for costume construction. Also Mason Odell for costume construction, but this student was also recognized with the Critics' Choice Select for costume construction, which is, I was told, sort of like best in show. So that's a big honor. Lexi Hapner for solo acting. Els Weigart and Susie Matlock for solo musical theater, and MJ Scott Donegan for lighting design. So a big round of applause for our Poudre High School qualifiers. We have several teachers and qualifiers from Fossil Ridge High School. None of them are able to attend tonight because they're in rehearsals for their upcoming musical, Carrie. But their teachers are Michaela Osmus, John Garner, and Kristen Rust. And the students who qualified for the International Festival are Lily Howell for stage management, Reese Karotkin for costume design, Caroline Malloy, Macy Patrias, Maddie Holloway, Zach Bailey, Leah Greenacre, and Lexi Stump for musical theater solo, Hannah Schnorr for musical theater solo, and she also was the sole musical theater scholarship winner for the state. And then Maddie Holloway, Matt Campbell, Micah Beaufort, Sophia Corin for musical theater duets. So we'll have a round of applause in their absence. And from Fort Collins High School, where Jason Tyler is the theater director, Naomi Goldman qualified for a musical theater solo. So round of applause for our qualifiers from Fort Collins High School. And so if Jason and Naomi will stay, and Justin and everyone else can have a seat briefly, and we'll do the picture right after the recognition, so not the end of the meeting, but the end of the recognitions. So next I'm going to introduce Assistant Principal Justin Stevens from Fort Collins High School to recognize Jason Tyler for receiving a Colorado Thespian Theater Educator Commendation, and Fort Collins High School Tower Theater for their musical 6 being chosen as the main stage musical, the only show from Colorado. So we have cast and directors and orchestra here, if you all would like to join us up here as well. Justin.
Thank you, Melissa, for that introduction. Thank you, board and superintendent and assistant superintendent's office for taking the time and the opportunity to recognize these kids and our faculty members who put in so much time and bring so much pride to Fort Collins High School, Poudre School District, and the broader community. I'd like to introduce the students and faculty that make this possible and invite them to thank their parents for making it possible, all the extra time running to rehearsals and getting to shows and making all of those things happen. Tonight we've got our cast, our 6 queens: Naomi Goldman, Juliet Tremblay, Cassidy Schoenfeld, Kylie Mivshek, Nina Hartzell, and Amelia Zudnek. Musicians Jonah Stadmuller, Tony Lowell, and Eleanor Cram. Our stage manager, Ellie Odenwald. And then our faculty directors, Amy Tyler, John Hermanson, and Jason Tyler, who's going to come up and say a few words about the production and students.
I hate small talk, but a lot of people really seem to be into it. And inevitably it comes around to them saying, "What do you do for a living?" And I say, "Oh, I teach high school." And the response is usually very lukewarm. Until they say, "What do you teach?" And I say, "Theater." And then, man, everything changes. And those people, whether they're 28 or 78, they've always got some story to tell me about theater, some production they were in. And that's because theater really sticks with you. It stays with you. So I'm just really grateful that you have invited all of these people here to thank them and celebrate them and recognize them for making a show that really stuck and will stay with us for a long time. We love all of you. Congratulations, and we're so proud.